Hello and welcome to Circle versus 82 AD. Should have a very good game today. We're on SMDM. We're playing over Dugout. Always a fun point to play over. Should be a good game. Game is about to kick off. Starting off right at the beginning of this one. Hopefully we'll see some early action in here. Some good tank angles. Certainly some good MG angles that we can see around Dugout. One of my favourite points to play around. And we've got the Hamlet and Breakout battery going around on the outside of those ones. So it'll certainly be interesting to see who caps this one first. It's a pretty balanced point, I must say. It doesn't favour either team, in my opinion. I think maybe the Allies have a slightly better approach into it. Sorry, the Axis have a slightly better approach into it. So we'll have to see how they go. Just taking a look at the circle deployment here, just seeing how they go. It looks like we've got a 4-tank opening with double supply trucks, so they're really banking on the fact that they don't need that early Panther in this one. Rocket's flying over already. It's actually a very, very good rocket. Unfortunately, just slightly too late, and but it's hitting that road perfectly. It's really, really good prep work there. Rockets from circle not as good. Hitting that fence line, they need to get a bit more height on it. But that truck runs right through where Achtung Panzer, the artillery player for Circle today, was aiming. And he's just late into it, which is such a shame. Could have been fantastic. Interestingly, though, there is very, very little in these housing areas for the Circle here. There's some very good MG angles that you can get your hands on. In particular, I'm thinking hopping up inside of this grain feeder here. It basically allows you to shut this road down in its entirety. Similarly, this log pile here allows you to shut down this sort of angle just through the gaps there. So I'm surprised they haven't got anyone on MG in those locations. I do see an explosion over off in the distance. Looks like that might have just been a truck, but they've got early deployments out regardless, so they're okay with that one. But we've got, I mean, a bit of a rogue truck here from 82 AD going on an absolute joyride. I don't quite know how he survived in the background. But he wiped some outposts there. Prep squad's outpost is still up. So it doesn't look like he's done exactly what he needed to do there, but the tanks in the point already are going to be causing a little bit of chaos here. This Lux at a very good angle. Shred any infantry looking to come road. But he's going to back off, not feeling confident, not feeling safe. He's fairly in a fairly decent position to be satcheled, really. If 82 AD felt like it. But right now, the deployment is favouring 82 AD. They've got themselves set up fantastically. Look at this. So good here. Nicely spread out. They've got control of 5 ways. They've got most control of this point as well. Although, obviously, it does extend down here somewhat. There is some circle players still in. But I think this is crucial. Having control of this area here is going to allow them to just stop any sort of push that the circle might want to do up here. You can do that early game sometimes, make that run. That's off the cards now, though. With the circle, I'm managing to push up towards, I mean, I suppose you could call this one Pizza Slice, I guess. Everything's called Pizza Slice on this map. Or in hell at least, but they've managed to push Pizza. They've actually successfully taken it with Rico 85 and Moranian here. They do still have the medium tank off in the distance, and there will be, I'm sure, spawns up there for 82 AD for them to be able to come in on. There you go, big spawn wave in on something up there. Could be a garrison, could be an outpost. Let's take a quick peek down here, see what it is. It's a garrison down here, but the Lux, I mean, it's in a good spot to be able to just shut this down, but he could get caught by the medium tank if he's not careful. Lux doesn't do enough damage, though, unfortunately. Going to take a look at the inside of this point, though, because Circle have managed to do that grind and into the point, but more importantly, they've actually successfully just pushed up this hill. I said early game, it's possible. Source code in the chat said keep going, go for it. And they've actually successfully done that. And they've got themselves up here. And now they can start cutting off 82 AD from access into the point. And with a good bit of artillery, they could easily swing this in their favour. I'm hoping to see some artillery landing right in here on this trench line. Yeah, it is indeed. Acton's got that one nailed on, and he should be able to pick up a fair few kills there. 24 already, the opening 8 minutes. He promised 200 plus kills this game just beforehand, so he's certainly on track for it if things keep going his way. Double recon up front from 82 AD. I haven't seen any of the circle recon though. They've actually ran to the rear, which is interesting. That's a bit of a classic recon role, whereas 82 AD going for the flare approach. And certainly, I mean, most teams nowadays I think are favouring flares, but maybe circle wanting just get players into the rear, in behind, just to really prep themselves for the next points, and just keep the commander of the opposition team busier than perhaps what they would normally be. But certainly this is a very good start here from Circle to recover, but we're going to take a look at just how wide this fighting is actually. The Circle looking at wrapping around, with 82 AD getting very, very boxed in here. If I'm a squad leader looking at this area here, I'm going to be really, really concerned at that, just because you know, while they can make trades, they're not going to get pushed out anytime soon. I can't see them making ground either, just due to the fact that they're kind of boxed in a little bit. Take a quick swing across the front line here and see what's going on. Plenty of riflemen inside of this point here for 82 AD. The Circle slowly grinding their way through, and they should be able to wipe out a couple of outposts, but I mean, Acton Panzer, 42 kills, 20 minutes in. He has just absolutely shredded this 82 AD push onto the point, and he's just nailing these outposts. I don't know how many outposts are in this area, but he's certainly killing pretty much everyone off of them. 4 kills there. So what do we got? 3 outposts, I think, in this area. Crazy stuff. And they're all going to get wiped with no squad leaders to replace. Star-Lord spawns, and that artillery now can start shuffling. Acton Panzer is going to be feeling very, very happy with his day's work here. And you can see, there you go, he's already started to look to just push out that artillery slightly. Although, I think he's just seen that a couple of his friendlies have gone down. Acton Panzer doing very, very well on this artillery, though. We'll have to take a look at the stats to see the other team's artillery, and just see if it's being as effective here. But actually, 82 AD slowly getting control of pizza size, but realistically, you want as few people up here as possible. Like, you just want to have a bit of a token force up here, more than anything. And I think that's what Circle have done very, very well, is not commit much into this zone here. It's so open, and MG really can control a lot of this for a long period of time. And we'll have to see where Alismo here goes. Looks like he might be going for the grain feeder, potentially. I think it's a little bit too late for grain feeder right now. I don't think it's necessary. I think you want to be on this lock pile and just looking across here through that smoke and just trying to pick people off. Because if this squad leader, you know, if Major Mouse here does actually make it, it's going to be an impressive run. I'll be surprised if he does make it, but it would then pose a fairly large problem to deal with for the Circle. Artillery now switching across there and over to that zone. Looks like they just want to clear that out. But again, I think they're doing the right thing, committing as few bodies into that area as possible, and just using tanks and artillery to support it. Whereas over here, I mean, 82 AD have got so many players coming in at 5 ways. This is crazy. I mean, this is where you need a tanker Lux to do a lot of damage here, I think. Really just pop up and pop in and then get back out again as quick as possible. But this is 82 AD just looks too narrow in their approach here, I think, around 5 ways. They've allowed the Circle to get all the way around the outside, and look how many players were reset as well. Not a good look here at all. That garrison situation must have been a little bit ropey if they've had so many players reset all the way back here. I'm gonna just drop back my music just a little bit because the peak's a little bit too high. There we go. Let's take a look at this site. You can see the commander was prepped and ready to go in the background, waiting to get his garrisons up. He's now got the 2 up. That's going to give them lines of attack into Breakout Battery very early on. And they're now just going to look to try and grind their way through Pizza Slice. I think this is smart. Running a light tank up the road, always a good option. But if We've got to go check out. I've got to go check out Five Ways here. The Hell Squad has really got themselves involved into it now. And this is a crucial battle here. Taking control of Five Ways is absolutely massive for the defensive breakaway battery. In general, I mean, it's such a crucial area of the map in general. But it's one of the main entryways in towards breakaway battery. At the moment, though, 82 AD really just kind of hanging on to it. No pressure outwards. Whereas the Circle, purely just going for the pressure here and really going for it as aggressively as they can. Andre looking to break out a little bit. Ivrox maybe going to join him. Ananasas goes down. Talismanas looking to pressure now. Going to go for Tivrox. He's just going to run around this corner. I think they must surely hear each other. Tivrox certainly got his headphones on. Runs away. No, doesn't see it. Seroinks looking to just cover that one off now. Talismanas in a really good position. He can pick off Kolstad. He can't, though. Seroinks and Kolstad between them deal with that one. Akleonas is the man left up here. His outpost just a little bit further back to the left-hand side of the screen. 82 AD finally making their way out and pressuring out of this. And this is where we'll see how 82 AD deal with the decisions, I think. You know, how far out do you pressure to this southern side of the map, or do you start moving west in preparation to really attack Dugout? In my opinion, I think you have to have most of these people continuing west as much as possible, and just have someone come in and backfill to make that push there. And just leave a sort of the MG, the sort of token sniper defense up towards Dugout until you can get that backfill. It was somewhat pretty deep here, but the outpost doesn't go down. Talismanas doing a decent job there. Bending. Important that he does do this as well. He's going to get caught by Andre, though. Get caught by a grenade, in fact. The outpost stays alive. Turned over truck, doing its job here. Just defending it. Oh, great grenade, though, from Andre. Takes down the outpost. Just Ananasas. God, I hate your name, buddy. But they've got players up still. They've got Letrai into AA network. He can hold this building down. 82 AD finally grabbing a bit of width. Looking like they're going to try and assault around the outside. Just to gain real control over Five Ways. And in fact, the deep SL here. In a great spot. Gem here. See Gem in the action. One of the better shooters for 82 AD. He's just waiting, I think, to build that outpost. And blissfully unaware of all the players moving around the outside of him. He's just going to keep on his merry way. And I think that's important here. They need to, again, you know, they need to keep pressuring these spawns here. Just to really get control of Five Ways. And if you can take down these two outposts in the garrison, which Gem is more than capable of, gives them the opportunity. There you go, he's on the garrison already now. And gives them the opportunity to really push up towards Dugout from a different side. How does Gem do, though? Because, I mean, Apocalyptic Pig spawns in. Gem's taking it down. Pig doesn't seem to know that it's hot. After Major Mouse here. Gem's going to get away with this one, though, I think. The call gone out. The call's gone out now. Narcoleptic Pig runs around. Doesn't check the garrison, though. This garrison is surely going to go down here. Leonas has been reset quite the way as well. He goes down from a distance. This is crucial from 82 AD. They really, if they can get control of this area, it's going to force a fairly major reset. Get control of Five Ways once again. And actually, there's no... I'd want to see, I think, Harrison back at Hamlet, just to allow a new reset back upwards into the north from these players, because you're just constantly losing ground here by pushing out eastwards from this garrison. They've now lost that ground, whereas with the Hamlet push, you lose a lot less ground here. And certainly you don't end up with this little cluster of outposts, one squad leader, squeeze out, get the pressure through. But they've certainly got players forward here to be able to pressure breakout battery, but not a fun point to really try and take in any sense of the word. Finally hell let loose, but 82 AD really starting to stream through here. Full spawns onto Gem's outpost. They can just keep rotating through here and just pressure going. And the Circle are not going to commit too much forward with that pressure on top of them. It'll be interesting to see. I mean, what is this? Guys, three SLs here hugging each other. It's poor form in my opinion, but I'm not an expert in the matter. But if I'm one of those SLs, I want to be in a different spot. I want to be moving elsewhere. I'm going to be honest with you. There's no need for you to be sat there. And in fact, actually, it's proven possible here to push out just directly to the north. One of those SLs really needs to commit that direction and just try and take a little bit more control. They've got control over gardens, and no SL in sight though. Do they have the outpost there? They do actually. Looks like just the spotter there, and he's gone down. They should be able to build a garrison here on top of Joe Bethesonton. They so wish to. Want to see one SL push out here and really take control of the area. Just shut down a lot of this frontal assaults. It's going to soften up this area with Botjack in it. That will then... it's an easy push out, I think, then. They don't have a lot committed to the front. I think because it's so shit, you know, neither team wants to commit into the zone. And that's just leaving it open. I think Circle could very much take advantage of that if they so wish to. I mean, Andy, that is not the route to try and take. That is not the one to try and take. There you go, Mr. Sane has seen it. I think he's seen that gap and realised the assault player, and name I don't know, has made so much ground here. Xavier. There you go. Xavier's made so much ground here. He's just going to continue going, I think. There's no reason not to. You will be able to help out Hans. This squad down here. Relieve some of that pressure. At the moment, Circle have got fantastic map control, other than on this eastern side, but even Source Code here, Darkly on us, they've managed to push back in and managed to take control of that area very, very nicely. Charlie squad up here, Blescu taking the widest approach you've seen towards Breakcore Battery. And in fact, Legacy here has ran a... I don't understand how he's managed to get this far, but he's just going to run a Luke straight into the point. I don't think he's going to do too much damage. I don't think this is going to be... This is not a game-changing play. But I mean, he's parked it in the point and they're just going to start capping. Which is hilarious, really. I mean, okay. I don't quite know what their plan is. But alas, going to continue it regardless. I'd like to see them maybe just try and help these guys out here, although they've got Acton's artillery landing with them now. Just to really try and advance out of Pizza and finalise control of this front. Certainly, look, this front totally clear, totally empty. And it's a free push, in my opinion. I think it's a free push. They got the heavy tank here from the Allied team. Potentially would be the main block, but 80 guns will do it. This is a second heavy rolling its way forward as well. An interesting point to put your tanks, I suppose. Fairly open field, but you know whether or not they're going to be able to mass enough infantry to make that count, I don't know. I'm going to check out this tank down here with Reese, because he's totally stationary. I want to go check out the view that this guy's got up here. There he is. Swing through. What's the view? What's the purpose here? Is this just being really defensive? I think it might be. I think they just don't want to lose it. They're just going to wait for that next heavy to roll on up, maybe. Coming up already now. I think they just don't want to engage anything in particular. And I can understand that if they don't have the intel that they need. Maybe they're not feeling that one. But see here, Friendly Shark got his players in on the trench line, going to keep themselves active. But Blescu went down all the way deep there. His wide long push doesn't work. Go check out Gardens. It looks like 82 AD massing a few people down here, and actually got some close-up action. By the looks of things, let's go take a look at this. Narcoleptic Pig and Guard against Cannon Fodder, Bob, and Kim Jong. But Guard, there you go. That's better. Hold that angle. That's much better. Don't follow Narcoleptic Pig. Not needed. This is Turk goes down to Cannon Fodder Bob. Siege takes down Kim Jong. Bob's just gonna chill. Like he's just gonna maybe get a bandage up and then go for that extra push. He's gotta get his players up and wait though, I think, at this point. Not allow the free push. That Siege just got into Gardens really, but they do have coverage within the zone available to them. We're up on 25 minutes in, and I'm interested in seeing what the stats are. We'll take a look to see who wins this engagement. Mr. Turk does, and that's going to clean that immediate pressure up. They've now got players to push forward, and then they'll be able to control exits out of Gardens, which is as important as just controlling Gardens itself. So let's take a quick look at the stats here. There we go, that's the right page. Let's take a look. Acton Panzer, 70 kills, so lucky at 46. Tivrox, 28. Garand, over a kill per minute, 1.36 kills per minute. Fantastic from him. Dan, of course, HMS Name, Slavic guy, Remba, Holstein. Now, is Remba is even an Allies player. The Allies are 2AD, absolutely slaying here, slaughtering the Circle. But Circle just have fantastic positioning, it seems, despite all the kills. Shows that realistically, you just need artillery to cap a point by the looks of things. But I mean, I'm surprised by the differential there. Having Xavier on 16, 17 now is your highest kills for a player. In its 7th, with the next 5 or the next 4 players all being from 82 AD. Surprised me just a little bit. I think Remba might be Circle as well, but I do forget. Head back into the game though. I'll keep an eye out for how they're making those kills and whether they're useful trades or not. Though is going to be interesting to take a look at through this game. I think certainly we see Circle controlling a lot of this, being oppressive there by the looks of things. Prima pushing up well, and this is what I think. So what the Circle are doing well is they're making trades in very, very important areas. Don goes down as well, and that's just allowed Andy and Truma to make all this ground up now. The gun show left to defend them. Again, they're just massive players and really looking to push these key zones, and that's what they do so well in this. You can see now Andre, Dan, Swellboy looking at making their way up. Dan, a fantastic shot, picking up 1 kill already. How Truma does here as he peeks, takes down Swellboy. Gunshow's got no vision on him though. Andre as well goes down. Truma peeks to the other side. It's across the field. But again, Truma just making really important trades here. 82 AD unable to make up enough ground by the looks of things. Truma does eventually go down, but 82 AD don't capitalise on it. They're unable to, I think, with Hans and Mr. Sane the road, but don't capitalise on it at all. No pressure with that kill, whereas you can see when Circle get a kill, they just go grab a little bit of land, a little bit of terrain, to the best of their abilities. Take a quick look over towards Peter Slice. Artillery landing. Reset the stats. Terrible. There you go. Kills. Just going to be Acton all game, unfortunately. The Acton cam in that top corner. Flicker here. Looking at just letting Peter Slice. Again, though, no ground being made up down here, despite the fact that it's totally void of Circle players. There you go, a little spawn wave comes in. This is the issue, though. This is the issue that they have. Is they're just not making up ground when possible. Players go up from the Circle, going to give them all of the intel that they need. They come back to the front lines now. See, Circle, they've been pushed back a little bit once more again round the 5 ways area. Hopefully, though, with this pressure here from Baker Squad, they'll be able to squeeze through and retake that, I would have thought. Although Baker Squad does just get wiped as I say that. They've got depth in their attack with Jig squad here. They have Baker squad here. See, there's just little lines of depth. I'd want to see, though, really want to see is one of these squad leaders take it a little bit wider and come back round again. Really make them pay for leaving that ground. But, you know, I even think you could probably get yourself a garrison up here relatively freely. Let's go take a look, see whether I'm right on that one or not. I certainly think you could make a fair bit of ground, squeeze on and get a little bit of free land. Yeah, I think so, by the looks of things. They do have players up in AA network, the hardest place to sneak around though. We can see the allies looking at trying to... Oh, Joe. Really? This isn't going to work, is it? There's no way this works. I mean, the airhead's going to land freely here. Full hop out there. Everyone out of the 76 haven't been engaged, but a little bit concerned they might get caught by this airhead. Froggers jumps back in. See the airhead does. Bombing run lands though. Froggers will he survive? He doesn't. I think that's Garrison on point gone as well. HMS Name gets taken down. Siege is still up. Roman cleverly is back in the tank though. Not going to leave that tank totally exposed. Uzuli here making that run. God as well. They're not going to get a spawn wave. Surely not. 1, 2, 3. No. No spawn wave in on the airhead. It was a nice try. Just about got taken or got dealt with there by 8280. Oh, but the 76 is being engaged now. He's not in a good spot at all. And there you go. He goes down. What took good care of him there might have been this tank here. Is that Legacy in the Panther, or in the Tiger, sorry, dealing with that one. Very, very nice angle to catch on that 76 just there. So very well done to him. I'm surprised that they've got their Panzer IV still up as well. Eaton Army keeping that one alive is just a two-man and bit of a stationary turret at this stage, I would say. But B2AD in the mix of that have really pushed this front door. I take back what I said. They've claimed that land as best they can now. They've really pushed on through. Impressive. Will they get shut down by that artillery though? You need to get an outpost up past that artillery wall just to allow them more spawns in. They don't have near enough bodies in though, unfortunately. Near enough land to claim. Blackman there just hit firing as is Angel. They're going to deal with this, I think. Shouldn't be a problem. Andre goes down. Source Code is pushing that outpost as well. Only Kenny alive. Will Source Code be able to wipe it? Will Lefty make his way through that trench line? Elstad spawns in. We'll be able to protect it, I think. Source Code runs the wrong way, unfortunately. Not to know that they're actually in that area. It feels like they're all on the hillside. Elstad, though, takes down out Alex. Cool. Got the AT gun firing away that. Right, okay, don't hop into AT guns. Apparently, that does not look good. It's not working. Now, what killed him? Actually, don't know. Could have been Kolstad, maybe with the rocket. I was trying to get himself involved. Kolstad's still alive though, doing a great job. Branos is down, but I can't see them. Goes down. I was going to say I can't see that being a particularly fruitful push or successful one. Burkle really making use of these AT guns though. Trying to get as many up as they can, just to cover different approaches. We've got control of Fireways, we've got control over Pizza. Really just the point itself they don't have full control of at the moment. And that's okay, they don't particularly need it. What people in the chat discussing or when or where I was going to be in a... I'm not going to guarantee one today. Not going to guarantee one. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. They look here though. Soon going to just hold this angle. What I mean, they make really good trades here. HMS is... They are finally taking land though. They are finally taking some ground up. HMS is going to turn the score. It should be an easy kill here as he rounds that corner. Asuna goes down. We get the second. HMS turns away though. Gets headshotted. Ping not seeing it either. Beastly Evan just in that bush. couldn't see him through it. I don't think. The circle here, just controlling the key terrain as best they can. Doing a really, really good job. I want to see them now really go for control over Pizza. And get rid of them from this area. Control it with just a few people, thanks to the fact that it's just largely surrounded by open fields. But it's not a key zone to try and take, I don't think, for 82 AD. On a total force, which I think they've got out there right now. Of course, trying to push out of it, just have open fields, tie away. And if you want to try and claim it back, yeah, it's not the greatest of pushes to try and make through. 82 AD still pushing this front door. They see this as the main area that they want to go take right now. And they can see why they're making good progress, but with a Panzer IV, just a solo right now, just eating the Panzer IV and artillery dropping. I don't see them particularly being able to make it work right now. Maybe they will be able to, but Circle just committing enough three five-ways, and they'll be able to cut that one off eventually. I think Siege should be the guy to do it. We'll see. No, he's not going for guard and control. The right play. This is the right play. He's going to get fantastic angles here on any spawning players. Then he left. I mean, tank and artillery seems to have dealt a lot of that damage. To have your purple and Erdy and boom out Schmidt, Pomper and Honey as well. Always good to have you on. Joining me. Blesky going for this wide attack again. There's nothing going on at Breakcourt right now. We'll check out see into there for now. Well, I think I want to see, you know, there's not too many places that I think AD could be particularly building garrisons right now. The live zone. I think said over here, one would be really, really nice. That'd be crucial. And that would so 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. That could be 8th built there. That would be very nice. Just to give you a little bit more progress around the outside. I think eventually that can be taken down though. Just to give you that sort of angle of being able to attack. Certainly one I'd want to look at. However, I think I'm the commander. I just want to drop a supplies just in the background and just make them work for it. I think they've got what's that? 2 people in the cap sector, and they're starting to contest it. That's how much 82 AD are putting forward here, and you can see it's actually just the commander here. Within close proximity. That makes sense. That makes sense to me. Put everything forward as best you can. Leave as little in defense as possible. But of course, it could get a little bit dicey if Blesky manages to get himself around. But he keeps going down, so I'm interested to see what he's fighting, who he's fighting against. Looks like there's just a small defensive squad out here. It's God and Lexa up against Blesky. So Blesky's on a bit of a hide into nothing out there, really, looking to try and win those 1v1s. Drop a couple of different plays into it, and I think they could overrun that defense pretty quick and relieve a lot of this pressure on the front line that they've got right now. Or Circle holding pretty firm for now. They don't have control of gardens, but they do have control of 5-ways for the moment. And certainly the main road in has been totally cleared up as well, and Pizza Slice is totally control of, or at least the important bit of Pizza Slice that they care about is in control of the circle for now. See, your 82 AD players sneaking around the back. We've just got the sniper here. Is that Henley? He goes down though, unfortunately. Looks like Dark Leonas takes him down. And then also we've got a little squad back here. This is Gem out on the flank, looking to just try and progress again. You know, trying to take the rear path around. Gem's going to stop and listen. Should pick off Talisman as when he peeks around here, I would imagine. He does headshot. Doesn't know about Roradin though. Does he? I think he does. Roradin's going to get him. Nice and easy kill from him. early, tough line for 82 AD to hold, really. So much pressure coming for all the relevant key locations. Yeah, I think you summed it up perfectly there. Circle just committing perfectly, I think, so far in this game. Enough bodies to hold each of the key areas that they are particularly interested in. But, I mean, 82 AD starting this frontal swarm again. But they just they've been unable to really contain five ways enough through this game. I think Circle just pressuring it with plenty enough players, a lot of fight going out this zone. We've got 3 squads pretty much all filled. Plus recon out there. They're just able to commit a lot out onto this zone, knowing that realistically any players trying to push through pizza can be and the front door can really just be pinned down with relative ease. Really pizza that they need to try and hold. And of course, if they try and push out of this area, then they risk losing it. And I think they're worried about committing too much outside of this area. But of course, I think it's totally possible they've got supplies here. You know, Blescu can't really do anything. He's got to keep this pressure up, keep the defensive squad outside of the sector as best they can. Oh, here we go, though. I think this is what I was looking for from someone. Go Bethesonton. Out in the background there. Let's go check him out. Really just running that supply trick deep. Did he drop one off here? No, that's just a 20 supplies? Not here. On. What? How have they ended up with 20 supplies? Oh, cheeky. Okay, so they've gone for the Belgian gate so they can get up on top of cattle. A bit of a double-edged sword, of course, can be used by both teams, but that is interesting that they they prioritize building that. That's, you know, a key part of the plan, maybe. I don't know. Interesting. Joe is going right around the back, though. Currently chilling out around by Winter's Landing. He's going to get a bit of a surprise, though, I think. The Fingus really reads as well. I don't quite know what Fingus is doing. An AT gun spot he's going to build. It's a hell of an angle these guys are taking here. Do have an angle onto that Panther by the looks of things. Really, really good at angle that they're able to take. Just going to check, see what they're shooting at here. Is that Legacy? I think they might be trying to hit. Going to zoom through here. Whoa. Zoom on through. Yeah, it is. What an angle that is. Jesus. That's a crazy angle that they're able to take there. This Tiger has just backed off just a touch there by the looks of things. Not wanting to engage, not knowing where they're getting shot from. A surprise, because, I mean, it's about 900 meters away. But that AT gun spot could be just as deadly as well. See here. I mean, I don't know what El Romo was fancying there, laying down in the middle of an open field. Leave that one to others. Again, MG, if you want to control the road, just go get it up inside the grain feeder. There you go. Circle once again looking at trying to take that land. Incy saying Joe having a nice Sunday drive. Has been spotted by Fingus. I mean, I'm amazed really that he's got away with this one if he has done. I don't even see where the tank's gone to actually. So no, I'm not too sure what was going on, whether I was dreaming something, I don't know. Like, tank dropping back here. What's Clicker up to? I mean, they're going to the tank snipe location, which is interesting. Interesting. Okay. I don't really know what the plan is with these guys. E2AD seem to have barbed in all of their nodes as well. Whatever. I suppose it's an idea. You know, if you've got those spare supplies, you don't need them for... artillery defense. Sorry, I just checked. He just drove past a garrison. Will Joe's not going to spot it though. I mean, they'll know he's there because he definitely locked it out for a second. Oh, he has spotted it. Okay, interesting. A little bit of a swap there. Garrison's live. It's good to go. And he dropped off a second set actually back here by Winter's Landing. Just in case they do cap it. But here we go. I mean, Joe taking down the garrison. This is a hell of a long run here. God's got to make to go check that out. And Blescu, of course, is still about. So This defense now is starting to get a little bit split, and this could be the start of the time here, where Blescu gets a bit of a free run. It seems because Gods had to commit, I think, to that garrison. Oh, unfortunately, the only squad leader to spawn was a spotter. They need to get someone in because this garrison's about to lock. It seems they've committed heavily into this area. Fingers takes down the spotter. They're gonna go check it out, see what's going on. That might actually do Joe a bit of a favour, though. The fact that they killed him and not the supply truck. But that garrison's now locked. Blescu's gonna get a bit of a free run, though, and that's the crucial bit. Fingers, see if they spot this. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. God, do you see it, buddy? Oh, God doesn't see it. I don't think he sees it. Fingers so. Does Fingers see it? Fingers does. He's going to clock this. There you go. He's found it. That garrison goes down. That's going to be a goner. Let's go check out the dugout though, because there's a major old push going on down here. And 82 AD breaking in the front door. Holstad going ham, taking on 2. Should catch Sopranos as well on a bit of a surprise as he rounds this corner. Should catch the MG. Misses his first, but does clean him up. Holstad there, making great plays and a little bit of contest going on. Gonna check this out though. They've got control of 5 ways. They've got control of pizza, and they've still got garrison and outposts up in the point. But they should be good to go. I don't see this point going down right now. It's fascinating that they've been able to push in the front door. Botjack is up, should have an outpost in a fairly good location as well. The double 76s here are pushing through past 5 ways. Let's take a look at this. Oh, blimey, I mean, they just... Interesting. Okay, this 76 is absolutely going down. No question about that one. Tiger should reload and get the kill here. And if not, they'll trade him out regardless. But that 76 goes, gets 1 kill, gets 1 trade. That's good enough for a start. Well, you don't run tanks solo. Should, by all rights, run those in by 2s and give yourself that chance. Much like the Circle just did, they can now back off with their tank. Oh, he goes down to a satchel. Oh, crazy. Okay. So, totally traded out the tanks there. Let's take a look at the map. Just still got one Tiger up in the point. But it's such a shame because we've seen plenty of 82 AD 76s around. We're all way off in the backfield, not particularly engaging in the front. Not quite sure what Siege is up to here. 82 AD. As he looks to pressure the front line. I mean, Broban's up as well. They don't have a tank here, so I don't quite know what the idea is. Broban goes down, he suicides. If they've got a tank coming up from the rear, though, I mean, now is the time to use it, because they could certainly have pressure going. You just see that garrison pop a hop for just a little second down here as well. Looks like that's Henley on the sniper. And this is going to be Gem again, isn't it? It is being an absolute nuisance down here. He takes down Andy. They're just going to continue pressure in this rear garrison here without the control that they need of 5 ways. I like the idea. It gives them the angles they need to be able to pressure it if they can take care of it. You need to commit more into this 5 ways area as opposed to committing so much into the front door of the dugout. Just keep a little token force there, pen them back in. Because they're not getting past this artillery at all here. Getting nowhere close right now. Circle just about holding on to it. Or when it has gotten close. Halfway through the game though. Circle look like they're in good control right now. 82AD are pressuring it pretty heavily. They'll feel that pressure, I think. There you go, artillery marks going out. Tigers in the zone. Don't see them capitalising on this, in my opinion. 82AD, they need to commit. think they need to commit a little bit more up into the 5 ways area. And in fact, actually, I mean, everything's pinging hot. Everything's so close together. It would be interesting. They can wipe that. There you go. Garrison goes down, actually. Let's go check this out. 80 to AD, finally committing into the zone, squeezing it from all different sides. They're going to lose control of 5 ways at some point here, and that will give them great abilities to pressure dugout from just a different sort of angle. For that southern area where Jen has been doing fantastic work. Ivrock's putting in some work there. Press F, firing the rockets into it. Should be able to wipe out the final outpost in there. They do. Now, just up to prep squad outpost. Really clean that one up. I'm interested though, because I mean, Podjack's been alive here. I don't know if his outpost is up. Don't know where it is, what they've been doing with it. Oh, that's weird. In fact, I can see the tracks and not the rest of the tank. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, that rock there doesn't seem to allow you to see through, apart from the tracks. That's weird. Anyway, that's ignoring that, because that's slightly creepy. Yeah, if they can get spawns in on Botjack's outpost, realistically, control of 5 ways, they'll actually be able to put everything they want towards the south. And just pressure down here, I think. Just really give themselves more control over this map. They can pressure here, they can pressure here. You just need that third angle, I think, to really capitalise on this and make the circle pay. Because the circle's garrison situation is pretty narrow. There isn't a lot of depth to it, of course. They don't have a lot of space with only 8 options for it. But over in Pizza, though, looks like the circle have actually put a tank into this area. They've made some ground up. It's about the first time in this game. Got down here, just a little Lux doing the job over this area. Also, Luke's tank. It's my favourite tanks. It does a lot of work here. You could set this up as a little stationary gun. So chose. Peek in towards Spray Core Battery. Does a bit more mobile offensive force. And really pressure inside of the point. UAD though having to commit a fair chunk back now as they lose this ground. Rico goes down, Alismo's still up. They've pinned them back. They're not going to break past this this Lux, I don't think. Tank's just got to keep itself facing forward. It's going to pin them back with relative ease. There you go. Recon outpost is still forward as well. Gives them good flare opportunities. He just immediately goes down though, having fired that flare. But that's enough. That's all he's got to do. That's all he has to do. Outpost does go down. Lux is going to keep him up. Hey XAL and Torfisk. Welcome to the Circle versus 8280. So far, Circle got full control over this game. 2AD gaining a little bit more key areas. They finally got a hold of 5 ways after all this time. The Circle committing plenty back. Try and take back control of it. It's the right move, I think. Blescu, I mean, bless him, he's still fighting over here. It's still going. At least he's got a friend now. Just is not making... This is the problem. This is the problem I think you face with a Whammo sort of outpost like this. What is he really doing? What is his purpose here? He's committing one player up against him. The Recon's got another player committed up against him. Not really particularly, you know, doing anything. See maybe the Circle commit 2-3 more players into that outpost. Allow him to get some more of that ground. Maybe the plan is, maybe you could do it. Oh, strike covenant. Let's go check this out. That mark. You're gonna hit it. Oh, it's down here. Thought it was the tank back. I don't know what he was aiming at. Oh well. Weird. Maybe he was aiming at this tank. But certainly didn't get anywhere close to him. Whereas this Panther, I mean, he's been sat chilling for so long. Fingers is setting up an AT gun to replace him. But he really, I mean, look at here, he's been in the zone for such a long time now. They're trying to splash those supplies down as well. Not that there's anyone there to build for them. We'll see though. Those supplies just go down there. See what's going to happen here though. The siege certainly could be a decent little spot to help push Pizza if they wanted to. Because they are losing ground pretty rapidly up here. Interesting to see what they're doing, using ammo for in C5 on Sasuke. I think Sasuke's just running out of ammo on his MG. Can't get it out of his squad. I don't know. Maybe the recon guy can make good use of that waste on for just an MG guy who can get ammo out of his squad. Oh, he's on a 15 kill streak. Great. It's good to know, Sasuke. It's good to know. Of course, Hell Let Loose's greatest player, Sasuke. I think if you ask him anyway. Blizzman gets taken down by Rip Beast. The Ever as well goes down. But they're just unable to get past that Luke's, I think. Let's go check out Sasuke's bot here. You just mounted up on this tiny little fence post here. It's a good location. Gotta admit, it's a good little spot. Should be able to really cover up a lot of this field. And it just forces them onto the inside of that hedgerow, I suppose. Okay, thank you. Get the nice comments. Yeah, I think a lot of streamers just say what they see, and you guys can see that as well. I like to just explain a little bit more about the game, talk a little bit more about it, and of course if I'm in chat and then I get to be wrong and we can discuss it a little bit more. I think generally that's what makes good commentary, right? I want to just hear me saying exactly what you can see on the stream, because otherwise I could just fly around with no commentary, just the music on in the background. A2AD still got control over the 5-ways junction just about, but it has been contested pretty heavily. Circle once again putting in to the right zones. Oh, hang on. That Lux goes down. Is that the Lux going down? I think it is. Right on top. Right on top of that 76. Basically inside of each other then. Now that should give 82AD a little bit of ability to move. 76-0. Don't get yourself exposed. Back off a little bit, buddy. You've done your job. You've taken down the tank. You now need to just get back out of there. Wait for infantry to do its work, and you can come back. Supporting infantry. About half an hour since we last checked the stats, so I think now is probably a good time to check it. Let's have a look-see. Acton Panzer Lucky, of course, they're at the top of the scoreboards on artillery. I just assume Sir Lucky's on artillery anyway. He is. Normally is. Tifrox on 73. Tifrox going absolutely ham with that M1 Garand. Fighting over 5-ways. 1.37 kills per minute. Dan Jules Winfield there, and with STG as the highest circle player. Press F, Xavier, Kolstad, Rember, and El Romo wrapping up the top 10. Certainly got a little bit more balanced in that top 10 in terms of kills, but I mean Tifrox is just far and away the top player. But I do have to hop back into the game. Because Joe's going for the airhead again. Bombing run lands, it's clean, the smoke's on it. We'll see how, if they get a spawn wave off. They do! Huge spawn wave, Beaver Bank goes down. They have a squad leader up, they do. They've got 2 squad leaders, 3 squad leaders in the point. But the airhead is still up actually. I thought the airhead would go down, I saw a tank shell land and Hans and Letry, and is that Beastly Evan, are in the point now. They're not capping it. He's forcing a big recall here from 82AD, I think. If they can pull this off, it'd be particularly stupid. You shouldn't get caught by this in a comp game. Especially not against Circle, who do it like every single game. Like, they do this so consistently that you know they're going to do it. Just leave someone in the point. Either man can just sit in the point, chuck a grenade at it. Do they have explosive grenades, commanders? I don't actually know. That's a good question. I've played Commander enough. I should know that. I should know the answer, but I don't. But now the point is totally in control of the Circle, just due to a ridiculous bombing run airhead combo, which just shouldn't work in comp anymore. No team does it for a reason. 82 AD though, been forced to totally recall back in. We'll take a quick look down. Will they continue pushing it 5 ways? It looks like they are going to. They've got players being pulled back as well from the front hedgerow. 5 ways players making their way back as well. Not quite said it as much as I thought they would. They've got 2 outposts on the point. Don't quite know exactly, unless maybe just waiting for a cooldown here. But I think what this has done, and this is massive. Look at the ground they have just suddenly made up all around the map here. That is the perfect thing for them in this one. They have lost control of Pizza Slice just a little bit, but actually, that's okay. They'll keep control of that thanks to their garrison. But they've gained so much land here, so much terrain. I want to see maybe just a couple of players control this hedgerow front line. It's not the best place to be, I don't think. But of course, sometimes you just got to have a couple of players in that shit to roll it as best they can. But 82 AD totally reset all the way back. They've got a lot of players back in. They've wiped out a lot of these outposts. And they've done very, very well there. And taking a look at the chat, Siege the Tanker just said there's been a big respawn over in Gardens. Let's take a look at that. Yeah, decent little spawn there. Erdy, too much focus on the flanks, left the front door open. Yeah, I think it's the sort of thing that artillery can cover a lot of the time. I think generally playing artillery, particularly when you can't be killed, you can just focus in on key zones and just ensure total control over it. 82 AD totally cleaned that up. Really, really good recall back in. Cleaning that up. They're now checking the entire point by the looks of things. But Circle, will they have kind of capitalised on this? It looks like they have done pretty well, actually. They didn't quite get enough people up to take control of Gardens here. But of course, that was a long push for them to make, but they've totally got control over the rest of this map now, here and here. And hopefully with this, they'll really be able to just sort of push out and out through from Gardens if they commit enough into it. To just commit the tank up to deal with the 76 up in Pizza as well. Would go check that out, because the 76 has proved to be a little bit problematic, just like the Lux did as well. And we do now see the Tiger having been pushed up to try and help deal with it. Might have just got the mark on it, in fact, because this Tiger, the 76, sorry, back it up. Might eventually get an angle on it. Maybe not. Yeah, no, they've definitely, I think they've got the call out because they've just angled themselves towards it. Must know something's out there. I mean, 82 AD have done so well, but they're going to get shut down by the artillery once again. And that's what good artillery play is all about. Just shut down that key approach. And see, this is where they've lost a lot of ground. And they're gonna capitalize on that. Looks like the Tiger up on the hill here. Oh, that's an arrow, not a circle. Tiger up on the hill here. Just dealt with the 76. So really, really good angle there to try and deal with that. That's dealt with the pressure by the looks of things. This Tiger as well took a little bit of the heat. They doubled up. Oh, blimey. Where did this tank just go down from? The hell just took that tank down? I have no idea. I don't know how Rippers got here either. Oh, they've pushed all the way around the backside. This chick, J. Neil, looks like they've managed to actually break through. which is interesting, actually. Oh, here we go. Must have been an airhead. Not so much I'm paying attention. That Tiger's going to deal with the airhead, though. Kolstad, the one left alive. Press F and Kolstad, though, are both 80 players. Excuse me, Remember? I really hope there was a garrison there. Let's take a look. There was. Okay. Dealing with the garrison rather than the Tiger. I can see that. Press F. Pushed all the way around the outside. Lefty. Him down, though. Kolstad. Tiger. Just making short work of anything that spawns, really. They finally taken down the airhead. They have. Kolstad ricked his first, or non-penned at least, first rocket into the back of that Tiger. Backed it off a little bit, but they couldn't capitalize. Oh, they did capitalize on it. My apologies. Couldn't capitalize on killing that Tiger. But they've got so many players forward here. It looks like the circle just got so ambitious. Tried to do just too much with it. They put way too much. They've done this so well, putting players into the right zones, but they put way too much up towards the gardens area here, and just really kind of lost sight of what they. And if they lose, I tell you what, if they lose Pizza Slice, which they haven't done just yet, but they certainly could do. If they lose that area, they could be in big trouble. With two-sided pressure coming onto the dugout and being quite difficult to deal with here. Major Mouse should have a fairly free run at that garrison if he wants it. It's the other side of the hedgerow. And he's seen it. A mark on it now. We'll keep just one eye on him. Though, 82 AD streaming through. Players up in... Neil's up in the grain feeder. Major Mouse, let's deal with that garrison. You're going to see a real struggle here for 82 AD. Major Mouse taking an interesting approach. Probably needs to just consolidate the land that he's got at this stage, I would argue, rather than pushing further down towards the south of the map. Certainly they can indeed kind of get up to this trench system, which gives you a little run in towards the point, as opposed to coming further south and just ending up in this sort of bloat that you've got already. He just needs to capitalize on this land here, get your MG set up to crossfire this, maybe even run a couple of plays in if possible. But at the moment, Circle, I'm going to call it a throw, yeah, at least. But they are in real trouble here, and it's really just whether their tanks can deal with it. One tank's dropped off, Legacy's pulled all the way back. We can see here just a two-man Zoomer and Smek there up in the point, near the point at least. One goes down on the outside though, it's just a solo tank now. The Circle winning the trades that they need to right now. They are winning the trades that they have to win. They're pushing back into this little triangle compound. They've wiped an outpost just below. Sooner deals with that one. But of course, Major Mouse is still a threat here, and if his players can start making their way through here, are gonna be in a little bit of trouble. Yeah, Bates UK is designated flareman for Circle. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. But wow, the Circle, they've dealt with this one pretty well here. We'll have to see whether they lose the front or not, though. At the moment, they've got enough players, I think, to hold it. And in fact, they've pushed... This is really interesting. Ooh. Really interesting. They've pushed all these players around. And they need to now either get on the offensive and really pressure this. Just what they're doing. Look to consolidate this front a little bit. They are doing that very, very well at this stage. Had to see them maybe just grab an outpost in here. Don't need to use it at all. It just gives radar coverage, just gives you a little bit of land, a little bit of front door intel. Because right now, 82 AD are just trying to base trade. Schmitzcast, the top killer thing is really hard to see. I normally have a background on it. Let me have the Greyhound Knight background on it, which makes it a little bit easier to see. I'll just throw the Greyhound. No, I don't have anything else I can put in the back. Now, I'm gonna make one for the various tournaments that I can't. don't have one for friendlies right now, and OBS doesn't particularly... Oh, this really eyeball issue. Yeah, OBS doesn't allow me to just like make solid shapes, unfortunately. It's a little bit frustrating. Here we go though. Major Mouse has finally committed into that area now, and has really pushed all the way through. Honestly, you know, again, 8280 tanks, he's just chilling by himself at this stage. Unable to particularly push Siege, doesn't want to get involved, I don't think. Maybe they don't have enough intel to push as aggressively as they did want to. He's finally going to push, and if he gets taken down, that's a lot of their tank pressure gone very, very quickly here. But this is good from 82AD, getting the pressure on from a different side now. And in fact, actually, who's this all the way over here? That's Major Mouse has pushed all the way to the other side. Very interesting. He's managed to get there. Pistachik is now into the point as well. Gotta check this out. They've got nothing over on the east side. All this pressure's come from the south and the west. Not sustainable to press from where they are, though, I don't think. Need to clear west and northeast, which is interesting, the fact that they want to clear. I'd feel like Gardens is controlled. I'd be okay with them where they are right now. I'm going to be honest with you. I think source code's right. Just clear out to the west. And you lock this down. Got a lot to the south as well. They've still got the outpost back there. Be interesting to see whether they just try and keep a squad leader alive, maybe. And Jay Neal back here. Guys in the chat, I know you know designated Flare Whore, the Flare Bitch. Look, it's Flare Simp. We've got tank simps. It's just Flare Simp. And of course the Flare Simp is just the guy that drops ammo boxes for him. Major Mouse is being a real nuisance in this point at this. But I think they're just mainly holding on right now thanks to the pressure from this tank that is being provided. Not that he's killing many players, but he's just providing 9 cap pressure in there. And they're keeping that garrison alive. Devastating artillery though. If they can land it onto that garrison, it is going to be crucial. Well, but really do need to capitalise on something here. I think Blesky's got himself into a good spot. Finally. I mean, bless him. He's had a rough old game, poor guy. Out in the back, might have plenty of kills, might have a few deaths, I don't know. But I certainly wouldn't want to be in his spot on his own, fighting those 1v1s all game. But here we go. I mean, 82AD putting more and more into Gardens. Not quite getting control of it just yet. I think maybe they could sacrifice a player or two just up the outside of this to go for 5 ways. And of course, at that stage, you could quickly get 5 ways pressure turning into point pressure. And with this devastating sort of western pressure that they've got right now, could really pay off. We're just 20 minutes left in this game. Circle are making this into a bit of a desperate one. And 82AD streaming through as best they can. But it all really depends on sort of whether they can clear out the outposts and spawns on point. Let's take a look at the map. The garrison's gone. Garrison has gone. It's just one outpost on point. Again, the cap pressure that tank is providing is massive and is really, really crucial. Got a bit of a tank fight going on though. Both tanks been damaged by 1 hit. Siege and Broman have hopped out though. They're going to double wrap it up. Maybe? No, Siege has got the binos out. It looks like 1 crewman hopped out of the Tiger to clear up. And Star-Lord is he as Satchel boy. Reese hops out. Deals with Star-Lord in style though. I think Star-Lord got the Satchel off. He's doing just enough there. Such a shame. Because that would have been crucial to taking this point down. Just due to how crazy E2AD are pressuring this, I think, just taking that tank. Kind of gives you control of it, but hey, Circle committed. Just caught that one here. Legacy pressed up onto that 76. They were turned ready to look at it. They were just enough damage there that that Tiger dealt with it and well enough. And Circle have managed to push across, and I think they've shut this down now. I think they've got control of once again. Sassy on the MG, joined by Fergie as well. That's going to shut down anything trying to leave Pizza. You can see Fergie there getting a kill on the Tigwats. Artillery dropping now for the Circle into Pizza. That's going to be that attack basically shut down now. Froggers is in the point, Henley's in the point. Not gonna be enough though. They're not gonna be worried about that. And I think that's the end of a sort of a real crazy 15 minutes of action there, where both teams have fantastic opportunities to attack and press, but the Circle have just done enough here and capitalised on it, and they've now got 3 heavies up on the defensive. Going to be enough for right now, I think. Certainly over by Arden's here. Certainly chilled out a little bit. Looks like a little bit of... oh, Andy's going for the open field run again. Actually make this though. Will Kim Jong peek? Oh, Kim Jong actually goes down to someone else. I don't know who took down Kim Jong there actually. But the Circle now slowly winning that wave through this area. Ulska goes down to Cannon Fodder Bob. I think Andy could get a bit of a surprise angle here onto Andre's squad. Is he going to get the kills he needs to? He takes down 2, takes down 3, takes out 4. Andy goes off on 1. He's going to... doesn't wipe the outpost though. No. I don't, was that a mine? Was it a grenade from guard? I don't know. Could certainly be... certainly have been a team kill there. Guard crosses over. Andre dealing with guard just for now, keeping him back. Hans wipes 1 outpost though. Needs to cut back. Guard gets the grenade on the second one. Vitor is still alive, not going to be able to replace the outpost though. Andre's still up. He can replace his. And Tristan's still in the zone. But this is what I mean. The Circle get really good trades. They wipe out 1 outpost. It just cuts down the number of players so that they can really commit into that zone. Make a quick swing across this front line though. This is a good position in here for Mr. Sane. I think it just really controls the centre of that map. Gives you a lot of different approaches and angles that you can try and take. Like Pizza Control has gone totally over to the Circle now. 82 AD have been pushed back just enough. Not be able to feed into the point at this stage. I'm amazed that Henley's still alive here. It's just like been laying in this bush for so long now. With that Springfield. No one seems to care about him. Take a look though, I mean... oh, big save there by the looks of things. Reese, paying attention, manages to save Arnie. They are shredding the players down here. Artillery's going to drop as well, but I don't see an outpost anymore. Might have been taken care of by the tanks. Acton Panzer doesn't care though, he's going to take down Siege the tanker. But hey, the Circle, they've actually managed to push through the centre. I thought this could happen at some point in the game. Mr. Sane has managed to get himself all the way up and through. No real room for a garrison though. They could maybe get one up on the edge of this. Maybe. I don't think it's not a great location for a garrison though, to be honest with you. There's nowhere particularly good you can place it. That won't just get caught by crossfire. Feed in. So I think they'll just use the outpost for now. 82 AD though have been so light on the defense. Sasky though, come on buddy. I know you can help out your team over on Pizza, but Pizza just doesn't matter. It just does not matter right now. Hip fires 2 there by the looks of things. Maybe Conoco catches 1. This is where the pressure can come in now. Sasky, give up on that. You don't care about Pizza. Don't care about Pizza for now. You want to go help Pizza, go run over there with an STG or something. They're about to drop 3-4 players into this point here. That is going to start contesting. Oh, long range shot from a tank there. Taking care of that one. I'll check where this tank is. It's not the same tank, is it? Where the hell is... hello? Oh. No, it couldn't have been this guy. It's empty. Ah, one back here, do they? I even see it. Where is it? Oh, yeah, it's still in the same spot. He has not moved all game. It's just a 3-man tank. It's sat here. And... I don't know. Why? It was great in that one situation. I think they pushed back a Tiger at some point as well, but... I don't know, I just don't feel like they're able to do anything there, in my opinion. No, I'm just gonna check the tab scores to see what Clicker scores at. 460. Yeah, don't bother. There's a pointless position to be in. They could have been using that tank to double up at any point on the front and capitalise. They're incredibly defensive and just not really making enough ground up with their armour plays, unfortunately. I think I'll finally making his way through, Clicker. But if he's been sat back there the entire game, has not really been doing it for me. 11 minutes to go. That might be what's prompted him. The fact that he feels like there is a lot of time left in this game. You know, a bombing run coming in somewhere. Those tanks are pretty much crackable stations. Check out what his bombing run is. I hate bombing runs in general. Oh, it was a bombing run combo. Terrible one. That bombing run was so early. That airhead goes down immediately to tanks. And nothing comes of it. It's not a great spot for that that airhead, though, in my opinion. Like, right on the edge of that hill, they've had tanks there for quite a while. You should know that they're there still. Maybe you're thinking that the smoke will give you cover, the bombing run too, but... Interesting to see what the circle do, though, whether they throw players forward at any stage. Its final 10 minutes, whether they really commit into it. Oh, big ricochet. Let's actually get the pen, though, onto this Tiger. Like it was a 76 out here that they're engaging. There's one shot into the hull. Tiger's going to back off, but the angle's still there. Oh, just missed. Good tag play from Circle here, as they just now look to shuffle their way forward. Second engagement on. That was pretty even in terms of the timing. We could see a tank trade here. The first shot must have got herself into the hole. Going to back on out of that. The shot must have, sorry, hit the tracks. The second one definitely hit the hole. But 76 goes down. Good tank play there from the Circle. They smoke themselves off, allow themselves to get repped up. I would like to see maybe a couple of rep stations up from Circle during these games. We have one up here. One's not too much labour. Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. I was interested to see whether they would go for, you know, a bit of an attack this late on into the game, or whether they'd stay defensive. But they've managed to grind their way through the front door. They've kept 82 bottled up inside of Pizza Slice. And with 3 tanks on the defensive, it's looking particularly solid here. On the dugout, like there is they've managed to throw a player inside the front door. Jem's managed to make his way across the hill by the looks of things. Got himself up into the point. Basically hugging Sillin. He just lets him go though. Oh no, there you go. Takes him down. Jem's up into the point. Could be a bit dangerous there. Get a decent spawn wave off on his outpost. But right now, they've got bigger things to worry about, I think. Because they've got a full squad knock on the front door still. Andre and Major Mouse have dropped back, and now Andre and Major Mouse have been pretty far forward the entire game. I think the fact that they're back late on is that they are worried, and this is being effective. Explosion over there takes down plenty of players. Like that is artillery from Actum. Reminder, Actum guaranteed 200 kills in this game. He's got 12 more to go. Don't know what the punishment is, but I hope it's a good one. P-strike comes in. Oh, just misses. Just misses the tank clicker. He must be thinking, why did I move forward? Why did I move at all? But again, what is... Understand... You just stretch, you're going to wrap up to over this this trench line and provide that for yourself, but... What are you doing? What is your purpose? I don't know. I'm not an armor player, so I don't know. I'm an expert on it. And I'd be frustrated if my armor was sat back there. Particularly when they've been battered out this way the whole game. Oh, so the truck just went down though. One truck just goes down. Side of the point. GM finally goes down as well, and the circle. But again, they just commit players into good locations, and they allow themselves it's good ability here to take back control of the areas that they need. Bombing run coming in over Breakout Battery now. I don't know about that one. I don't know whether that's the bombing run that you really needed. I'd maybe want to see it over on the diagonal down here, down the stretch line. Not really get a good one up here, unfortunately. Free pizza. But of course, if that bombing run clears out the garrison, Prima thanks Joe because he gets the team kill on him. The garrison, it's worth it. I don't know if it has done or not, actually. Mr. Sane... Oh, there's the garrison. It does not take it down. Mr. Sane runs around the corner. Battered by everyone running around there. That garrison stays alive for another day. That's going to keep this defensive point on lock. Just 5.5 minutes left of this game. 3.5 minutes for either team to start capping to change the scoreline. It's been an interesting game. There's some good opportunities for both teams. Going to capitalise on it. We had a good 15 minutes in the middle portion of this game where actually there was potential, I think, for 82 AD to win that. Didn't capitalise on it. I don't think their armour was successful enough. They needed to do. They didn't mass up. They didn't get two tanks together, join each other. Oh, okay. I should hop on our Discord and ask our bot about Spooky. He isn't a flare sim. Okay. Okay. I'll have a little look on the Discord and see if I can find out about the. I'm gonna have to ask him to get an easier to pronounce name in English. I speak one language. Human, that's like a Dutch name, I guess. Not easy. Not an easy language to say. Pronounce it all. I was fascinated by Pizza Slice fight this game, to be honest with you. It's been back and forth all game. It's been really interesting. But hang on. Wow. Those players running back into Gardens. He's not running back into Gardens. How have they got... Either they were here. I don't quite know how they've managed to get here and then run to require running back in if they didn't push through. I'm a little bit confused by that, I must admit. But 82 AD, they're pushing through onto this outpost. By oh, Joe. Another airhead just into the middle of the point. I guess they're going to go for the artillery airhead combo this time. It's possible to pull off, you know, and throw a few smokes down. Some HE, stop firing just as the airhead symbol comes through. Usually get kind of one more shot off. But we'll see. They might be too focused. You never know. They might be too focused on dealing with this outpost here. These guys to notice. Xavier there takes down Eke. Oh, and he has to reload. And Andre escapes. No, Sasky clears him. Xavier there having to reload at the worst of times there, though. Olstad's going to deal with Xavier. Rico's going to get some shots off onto Rebellion. The airhead's going to land. How are they going to deal with it, though? Gems Gonna grenade it? Yeah, I think he got the grenade up there. I don't know whether it was good enough or not. Because actually, it's landed the other side of the hedgerow. But it doesn't seem like they cleared it up. He's landed that perfectly inside of this bush. There's no way he meant to do this. He's not that good. Is he? Well, he does love his airhead combos. Maybe he does practice them. Gem, though, is he going to deal with this airhead? Oh! I guess he gets 2 kills before getting taken out. The airhead lands. It's not going to be enough. Oh, Acton lands with more artillery on it. Grabbing a couple of team kills. Big garrison swarm wave lands. And that's going to be defended. This is Acton's artillery just landing. The man does not care. He does not care. He's getting kills though. There's no denying he's still getting kills. Another big swarm wave on that airhead. More capture kills. I'm going to have to check how many team kills this man has in this game. He's got a couple in here, I think. If it is his artillery, he's got a couple. Of course, it could be Sir Lucky on the other team. Could be. But yeah, I mean, a little bit of cap pressure coming in at the last one. This game goes to the way of the circle. Having put in a very, very good defensive performance in this game, and performed very, very well, keeping control of those key areas, and performing just fantastically. Don't particularly have anyone in mind for like an MVP of the game. I suppose we'll have to check the stats if Ivrox is still up there. If he's still holding on that like 1.35 kpm that he was on, certainly he could be MVP. But Acton, his artillery has been fantastic, and I think fairly indiscriminate. Maybe he gets the MVP. Let's take a look at the stats though. Tivrox at 108. Yeah, Tivrox can grab MVP. 1.25 kpm in this one. Very well done indeed. Acton Panzer, Sir Lucky on the artillery there, and doing fantastic work. Xavier with 85. Dan on 85 as well. Jules Winfield and Truma on 81. Sisha Tanker, El Rimo, and Rip rounding out the top 10. It's evened up. Certainly evened up there. All these scores. We'll take a quick peek back into the game. We'll take a look at the Axis scores here, just so you guys can see final scores. Take a look, see what the tanks did. 2,100 for Legacy's tank, and Arnie the Beast 1,900, and Reese on 1,200. So not too many tank engagements in this one, I don't think. 82 tanks just being a little bit passive throughout most of this game, being you know, keeping that score down. As we take a quick back at the stats, I want to see team kills. Oh, not many actually. Oh no, there is. I was looking at the wrong one. Acton Panzer with 28. What a hero! What a hero! 28 team kills. Love to see it. But just for the last, we'll roll down here. Take a look at these scores. Looks like Norprick's tank clicker got a 1,500 score in the end. By the looks of things, but players are starting to filter out now. But guys, thank you very much for hanging out with me through this game. Hope you all have a good rest of your day, and I'll certainly see you again next time for hopefully seasonal next weekend. Maybe I'll get a seasonal game. You never know. Have a good rest.